Number 10, the scatterplot pictured explores the relationship between the years since 1997 and the cost of a pound of grapefruit. Draw a fitted line for the data. Write a slope-intercept equation for your line. Okay, well, if we're going to do that, we need to pick 2 points in the line. They don't have to be black dots. If they are, great. It doesn't really matter. Like, I'm going to use the point 0.54. It's not a black dot, but it's on my line. That's the key. Then maybe I'll use this point right here, nice intersection spot, which is 5.62. The point I was going to use was 0.54. So if I'm going to come up with an equation, find your slope, y minus y, divide by x minus x. 62 cents minus 54 cents is 8 cents. Divide by 5. Now, 0.08 divided by 5, it's going to give me a decimal. Let's see what it gives me. 0.08 divided by 5, it's going to be 0.016. So my equation would be y equals 0.016x. That's my slope. Look for your y-intercept. The graph hits the y-axis at about 0.54, so I'll add 0.54. What are we looking at in the other question? Table shows the number of students at McGuire Middle School for the sum years between 1992 and 1999. Make a scatter plot of the data. Make sure to label. Okay, years since 1992. So I'm going to label my x as years since 92. And here's going to be my number of students. Now the x's go 0.135. I can fit that no problem. The y values, though, they go from a low of 645 to a high of 796. So maybe I'll heartbeat to skip a bunch of values. I'm going to go all the way up to 600. I need to get close to 796, close to 800, so maybe I'll go by 25. The smaller the scale, the more accurate your equation is going to be. There's 625, there's 650, 75, there's 700, 750, 75, there's 800. Okay, let's start plotting points. 0, 796. 0, 796, be right about there. 1, 750, I can nail that one. 3, so 1, 2, 3, 702, just above 700. And 5, 4, 5, 645. There's 650. 45 would be just below it. A definite negative correlation. Draw a fitted line for the data. Okay, something like that. Pretty tight to the dots. And then the last part, we're supposed to find an equation for that line. Now, the key to finding an equation is using points on your line. They don't have to be red dots. Okay, I'm going to use this point. I can almost clearly identify that point as 2, 725. And then another point that I can see, it doesn't have any other perfect intersection spots, so you can estimate something pretty close, though. I'm going to use this point right here. That looks like it's about 4.5, 650. So find your slope, 725 minus 650. Y minus y over x minus x, 2 minus 4.5. Let's see what we get here. 725 minus 650. That's going to be 25. That's going to be negative 75. And 2 minus 4.5, that's negative 2.5. Oops, I'm sorry. Up here, 725 minus 650, that's a positive 75. Now, if we take 75 and we divide by negative 2.5, again, there was a decimal point right there, we find out that the slope of my line comes out to be negative 30. To finish the equation, you need the y-intercept. Bang, right there. My y-intercept looks like it's actually went through that point that they gave us, so I'm going to use 796. So my equation then would be y equals negative 30x plus 796.